YouTube, what it do? How we doing? Good morning. I hope everyone is having a great start to your morning. Praise God for not only waking you up, but waking your family up. I hope you saw the title of the video. Yes, 65,000 at 25. I just turned 25 on the 13th, so I'm here to not only explain how I was able to do that, but also give you guys a sauce on if you want to be able to do the same thing for yourself. $65,000. Yes, that is how much I make a year at now 25. Just turned 25 on the 13th of October. Thank you to God for allowing me to see that age. But yeah, honestly, I can definitely say it's an amount that's very, very, very much of a blessing to me. It's definitely the most amount of money I've ever made in my entire life. And I can definitely say I would not and did not expect to be making this much so fast. Unfortunately, due to the world we live in, 65, although it is more than most people make, especially for my age, considering the fact that 65K a year is a salary base that most people, even with a degree, are still unable to obtain without experience. One thing for me being that I'm not in college, I'm currently a senior, but I'm not in college right now. I pay for school myself. So the last time I was in school was the fall semester of 2022. So since the beginning of 2023, I've basically been out of school in the real world, working jobs and basically saving up money to not only take care of personal stuff, but to be able to have the funds to go back. I plan on going back this coming spring semester 2025. I'm a senior, so the goal is to finish up and get out of there. That way I can continue doing what is mattering to me most, which is making money. I don't know how to put this, but 65 is not enough. It's not enough. It is not enough. I don't know who needs to hear this, but bro, we need more money. They need to lower these taxes. 65K a year is literally like it's a little more than 4 grand a month. It's basically 4,200. Let's pretty much say 4,200. If you want to be exact, it's like for me at least, it's $4,218 because each check is $2,109. With that being said, for me personally, due to the fact that I'm 25, I still live with my parents and I have three other siblings. We all live together. We're a pretty small family, so our expenses aren't too crazy. But due to the fact that I live in New York, I live on Long Island, things still aren't cheap. So, with that being said, yes, I have enough money to take care of my own self and all my bills, and I have a decent amount extra left. But with the fact that I've been taking care of personal things this year, such as massive amounts of car repairs, helping out the family with bills and or other things, I still find that I need more money. And as for me, the 65,000 is only a stepping stone. My financial journey has so much more in store that I can't stop at 65. It's not even enough and not even close to what I want to be able to live the lifestyle that I want. Thankfully for me, unlike most people, because the last 2 years I wasn't in school and due to the way I've been in the work environment since I graduated high school in 2017, I've been in a unique scenario where I've been building my own outside skills. I'm going to tell you right now that your degree doesn't mean anything. Unless you're in a technical field such as healthcare, law enforcement, maybe education, or anything that you know you're going to need a really high level degree for, your degree is useless. As of right now, I'm 25, and the job that I have that grants me such a high salary is a restaurant manager. Yes, I am a restaurant manager, and it is not a job that you see a 25-year-old, especially not a 25-year-old male doing. More often than not, you're going to see a very dignified or very like straight example of an actual adult. Not really someone who looks too young, but someone who's definitely without a doubt an adult. At the end of the day, one thing that I've understood and been able to grasp working in the work environment is that age, for the most part, doesn't matter. What they need and what employers need, especially due to the complex real world and how certain things have changed, they need experience. Unfortunately, a degree doesn't show that you can do that job. For my job specifically, if you wanted a degree for this job, the degree you would go for is a hospitality degree. Unfortunately, you do not need a hospitality degree to show you can be a hospitable person. A lot of people, when they go for hospitality degrees, such as a friend that I know, she wants to be a hotel manager. Unfortunately, in my opinion, because I've even gone to job interviews to be a hotel attendant, basically the person at the front desk when you first walk in, they don't need a degree. You need experience because your experience in that work environment, working with people, doing those tasks, and being in real world scenarios that challenge your ability to think, grow, and interact with others as either a leader, as an individual, or as an employee, working with other people who may be older than you, younger than you, smarter than you, dumber than you, may even have a disability. Being able to do all these things and work in specific scenarios because the world is complex, different, and everything can be unpredictable at times. That's what they need. They need, as an employer, to be able to know that you, as an employee, are able to handle those situations. That's why, when going in certain positions that require certain skills, having a degree isn't useful because a degree shows that maybe yes you know the technical knowledge and know how to do the job and or the ins and outs of what that job entails, but that does not tell the employer and or guarantee that you will be able to do that job. For example, someone who's very timid, shy, and unable to communicate or doesn't like to really be seen much would not be a good fit for a hotel manager or maybe even a restaurant manager. They may have that degree, but the problem is when put in those scenarios where they have to deal with people, where they have to maybe deal with customers who are upset, deal with challenges that are of the business, and they may not be able to fully comprehend or be in a scenario that something went wrong and maybe it is not their direct fault, but unfortunately, as a leader, you take the blame because you are the leader. They may not be able to handle, or be comfortable in those situations. And those situations happen more often than not in scenarios where you're dealing with very much heavily based individuals. When you're in an environment and a workplace where you have to deal with a lot of people, you need to not only be able to be competent, you need to be able to be someone who can be flexible, do multiple tasks at once, be able to change your thought process, be able to move in a sense of fluidity, and be able to be someone who can almost do anything given the scenario. In order to be adequate, in order to be adept, and in order to hold these high level positions, such as a manager or any position of authority, you need to be someone that the employer who is above you that would hire you to be that position, they need to have the confidence that you can handle almost any scenario, you can handle the randomness of life, and that you can be someone who can inspire others, be in a place that will not only help the people around you grow, but help the environment, establishment, or business that you're working at level up and propel to a higher level. In order to really, really, really be successful, you need to be able to work with others and you need to be able to control and delegate your own emotions to be able to work in an environment that may be complicated and may be complex because at the end of the day, a lot of jobs entail with dealing with people. If you're not someone who can't deal with people, you are useless to the employer. And that's one thing that I was able to bring in during my interviews. I beat out 22 other people. I was the youngest person to ever be hired for this job, and I was the youngest person who applied for this job. The reason why I got the job is because not only did the area director of all the restaurants that he manages in this location, not only did he approve of the way that I presented myself, the way that I'm speaking, my calmness, and the way that I can not only go in depth into scenarios that have shown that I'm able to handle tough situations, dealing with people, dealing with employees, and or being able to control and delegate my own emotions to regulate them and to be able to handle tough times, scenarios, and or things that may be difficult was what showed and allowed them to get the confidence to want to hire me. If you want to be able to go farther in the work environment, especially due to the fact that we all at some point need to have a 9 to 5. You need to be someone who is not only competent, who is strong, who is smart, but at the same time who can be controlled, who can not only handle themselves, but allow them to not only be in an environment that will be somewhere you can put your best effort. A lot of times that I see people in the work environment when they're doing jobs and when they're, you know, either in a position where they could probably elevate but choose not to, it's not that they don't want to, it's because their thought process of wanting to be in that position isn't there. A lot of times people choose not to go for the higher positions, not only because the pay may not be worth it, but because they don't want to handle that workload or have that responsibility. Unfortunately, in order to elevate, in order to grow, you're going to have to take on a certain amount of responsibility with that. With that being said, you're not going to be able to always back down from scenarios, be lazy, and be someone who can shy off, timid, or push things off to other people. You have to be someone who's willing to take charge, who wants to take charge, and is going to put forth their best effort to not only make themselves better, make those around them better, make those under them better, but make the establishment that you work at better and thrive. Each and every single day that I go to work, I not only represent myself in a dignified manner because I am a child of God, but I make sure that I do what I can to make everybody happy. One reason that I'm able to be in a customer service position and enjoy it is because I have two things going for me. One, the fact that I'm in a position where I can help other people. And that's why I've always enjoyed working in general, because working a 9 to 5 job or working a job in general allows you to provide services for other people that make them happy. In order to really be a fulfilled person, you need to understand that life isn't just about you. You need and you have to understand and want to help others. Be someone who can not only be a shining beacon in life, but be able to help and cooperate with others. We need to all work together. Yes, life is difficult. We have our own individual tough situations, but at the end of the day, we all got this once we stick together. So, if you yourself you want to get a high income 9 to 5 job, if you want to start your financial freedom journey, you need to not only cultivate the personality that will allow you to be in a position of authority, but you need to show those around you that you are dependable, reliable, trustworthy, and someone that people can look up to. When you have that calm demeanor, when you're able to speak in a manner that's fluid, cooperative, and coherent, people will listen to you. People will gravitate to what you say. People will want to listen to you. People will want to be around you because you're someone that people can rely on and people can have faith in. At the end of the day, we all want to be someone who can be important. We all want to be someone who can be relied on by others, and we all want to be someone who can do a lot of things. So, if you want to be able to do those great things that you hold dear in your heart, not only do you need to level up, you need to not only be competent, you need to not only have a stable and strong mind, but you need to be willing and able to work and do those things that will put you in a position of solidarity, fluidity, a higher elevation, a higher mental status, and an ability to not only work with others, but understand yourself continuously, continuously pray that you will elevate, continuously work hard to make sure that you are going to do what you need to do to be the best version of yourself. That is the key to not only getting a high income job, but also keeping it and growing even higher within that position.